Embedded conversational commands. If you've ever studied a foreign language, you know that recognition is much easier than production, meaning you can understand words and their meaning much easier than you can produce those same words. This is why there are a lot of believable characters that can understand each other in their native tongue. Both speak in their native tongue but can understand the other guy. Both are recognizing but not producing. This is one of those things that when you understand this, you'll see this everywhere. This is one of the reasons we like intellectuals. Producing intellectually dense ideas and describing them is very difficult, but passively listening to them is pretty cool. We can understand that kind of thing so long as those intellectuals describe them well enough. This is why once pure academic science types can do pretty well in the mainstream. If they can take those complex scientific ideas and describe them so us normal knuckleheads can understand this, it feels pretty good in our brains. It's kind of like watching a good story. We get to vicariously experience the adventure of the journey, the thrills of the battle, etc. We get to momentarily pretend we are just as brave and courageous as the monster killers in our favorite stories. Similarly, when listening to smart dudes, we get to pretend we are as smart as them. They are leading our brains through a lot of cool ideas that we couldn't really produce on our own. Recognition is easier than production. Most brains are recognizers and to an extent repeaters. We hear cool stories, jokes, memes, etc., and then we repeat those into each other's brains. Many people have the experience of reading a best-selling novel and thinking, damn, dude, I could have written that. But then when you sit down to write, it's more like, once upon a time, there was a guy, But conversationally, this is much, much easier because conversations are organic, natural, spontaneous. You don't need to launch into a Shakespearean soliloquy to get this effect. Only drop in a few 1 to 2 minute stories. Simple stories with simple story structure, character, conflict, resolution. And the best part is within these short little stories, you can put in some cool hypnotic technology like the quotes pattern, where inside these 1 to 2 minute stories, one character says something to another character. And when quoting that one character saying something to another character, you can look directly at your target and say the same thing. Like the other day, I was watching this TV show, and one super gorgeous girl looked at her friend and said, if you want to learn how to seduce people and sell anything to anybody, you should learn fractionation. Because once you decide to learn fractionation, you'll see how simple it is to get anybody to do anything you want. And then that one super gorgeous friend looked at another super gorgeous friend and said, to learn how, visit mindpersuasion.com/3x3.